What's really good, world? It's your media arts specialist, educational technologist D.Bail, and you are now checking out the Goin Grustlin podcast hosted by yours truly. And today we got a very exclusive guest, my very own cousin, Chef Willie J, aka Will Johnson. We're going to talk to him today about family traditions, culinary art, entrepreneurship, and where he got his inspiration to cook from. Stay tuned. This is the Goin Grustlin podcast with your host, D.Bail. What's up, world? It's your media arts specialist, D.Bail, back in the building again for another exciting episode of the Goin Grustlin podcast. And this one is especially special because I got my first cousin in the building, Chef Willie J. And we're going to talk about cooking. We're going to talk about food. We're going to talk about family. You know, we come from a long line of amazing chefs in our family, going back to our grandfather, who was a chef too, you know, on the Navy ship. So we're going to just talk about some of your origins and some of your beginnings. So the first question in the real conversation, what are some of your earliest memories of cooking in the family that you can remember?
Just as you just said, my first inspiration was knowing that my grandfather was a cook in the Navy. And watching my grandma in the kitchen and making sugar cookies with the free glasses from the Hess gas station, rolling the dough. That was
Wow.
my first inspiration.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, who would you say influenced you most out of the family to begin cooking on your own?
My grandmother, just doing the love of doing it with her.
Mm,
That
that's
was that
lovely.
was my definitely first love.
Wow. Okay. So here's a question for you. What was the first dish that you made that made you feel like I got this? I could really cook. What was the first meal that you made?
Austin, New York. I was a teenager and I made pepper steak and rice. That was my first dish.
So when did you realize that cooking was something that you wanted to do more seriously and start putting it out in terms of promoting it on YouTube and Facebook?
I'll be honest, the last few years, I just went out one day and came home on I believe it was a Sunday afternoon, and a tree had fallen in my backyard, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna make a cooking video," and that's how I started. That's how I started chopping up doing that. But I've been cooking my whole life since I was real young, and I just never went for it or anything like that because I just love the passion of doing it more than anything else.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, like some of the videos, all the videos you're putting out online get a tremendous response and the food looks phenomenal. I've eaten your food before, so I know it tastes phenomenal. So I just give you mad respect for just, putting it out there because that is really the hardest part of the journey, just doing it. And then once you're doing it, you got a nice flow to it. So it's coming out really well. You're extremely personable on camera. And it's cool for men to know how to cook. That's a great thing. I love to cook myself,
Yeah, yeah.
it, and it's nothing wrong with the ladies. They throw down in the kitchen too, but it's something different when a man can go in there and put some things together. So
Oh
that's
yeah, yeah, and it's a good thing. So I'm not ashamed to tell people your child was one of my first professional inspirations, along with the chef Justin Wilson and Frugal Gourmet. And I got to chop it up with my boy G Garvin. That was a real good inspiration.
Wow. Most definitely. Most definitely. Now, how would you describe your cooking style and how much of it actually comes from our family traditions?
I'm gonna say most of it comes from my family tradition. Just like I say, watching my grandma cook and cook stuff that she doesn't even eat, and making other people love it, because there's a lot of old Southern soul dishes that she didn't eat, never tasted. I've talked to her. I had many conversations with her about food, and she knew how to cook it, and everybody loved it, and she didn't even eat it. And
What?
so I draw inspiration from that. I like to cook, just seeing somebody smile and rub their belly or something from a dish that they like. That's 100.
Yeah. So what did she cook well that she didn't eat herself?
Chitlins.
Chitlins. Okay. Yeah.
Chitlins, yeah. Yeah, she never ate it. She said she never tasted it.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I love grandma's chitlins, and she probably was the only person that I would eat chitlins from, other than my bonus mom. She cooks chitlins sometime for my pop, so I've had some of hers. But yeah, it's very rare that I would eat anything that doesn't come from grandma when it comes to those specific Southern cuisines, the hog maws, the pig
You
feet.
gotta clean 'em. You gotta clean them. That's the main thing. They gotta be cleaned very well.
Okay.
I
Okay. What do you enjoy most about sharing your content online? Like, what do you enjoy about that?
I've been enjoying it so long myself, and I just want other people to look at it and maybe, hopefully, they draw some kind of inspiration to get in the kitchen and cook something. No one should be able to say they can't cook anything at all.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
that's
there's a few people that can't boil eggs, but if you watch me and you watch various other people, you know, anybody can do it. All you got to do is have a little bit of love for it and patience.
all right. So just for a scenario out there for my single brothers that's on their own, just trying to get away from the fast food and all the processed stuff. What do you think is a good starter meal for a young man that's on his own to prepare, maybe for a young lady that he's dating, just something that would be not too overwhelming? What would you recommend?
I'm gonna have to go with that pepper steak thing again, because that's a very easy dish to make. If you get the main ingredient, which is beef. I mean, there's different cuts of beef that people use, and rice, and it's very, very, very easy to do. Just little soy sauce. Everybody got a different twist on it. Little soy sauce, not too heavy on the sauce because we're trying to promote healthy eating here, and
Absolutely.
fresh vegetables. Quick and fast. Willie J hitting you up again. Quick and affordable in today's economy. Chop chuck steak, pound and a half, 2 pounds of rice, 15 minutes on the stir, green, red, yellow pepper. Enjoy. Bon appetit.
Got you. Got you. What is a dream food project or concept that you would love to create that you haven't done yet?
I'm ready to try making cheesecake because I love them,
Mm,
and I would love to venture into that. I just did my first pizza the other day, came out pretty good, and so now I'm gonna practice on that a little bit more so I can share more material out there on my platform. And I want to get into the donut making thing. Those are
wow.
Yeah. So
That's
those are
dope.
the things I'm looking forward to doing myself and trying myself in the future.
Oh, man, that sounds good. That sounds really, really good. Now we're gonna definitely share your platforms. They'll be here on screen. You can definitely check out Willie J on Facebook, of course, but he's also on YouTube. Are there any other platforms that you're looking to promote your cooking on?
I'm on Instagram and I'm also on TikTok.
All right, we're gonna definitely put those platforms up without a doubt, man. This is pretty exciting. So just thinking about the future and moving forward, where do you see your creations going? Is there a possible business in mind? Because when people see this food, they be like, hey, how can I get my hands on some of this? What are some of your thoughts in terms of the future of your cooking specialties?
I'm really thinking about catering a few meals here and there for people for special occasion, or just like you said, for people that's starting out in the dating world and just want to make a special meal for a special lady or man, and take it see where it goes with that.
Yeah.
See where it goes with that.
I think that's a real service that people would definitely get into, because like I said, you make it fun, you make it very personable where people could watch and they say, okay, yeah, this is something I definitely could do. You know, you got the perfect personality for this, fam. You know, I really believe that. I'm just thinking about the legacy of the Johnson Bailey family and all of our extended family members. Like, if grandpa, grandma could see us today, you in particular, what do you think they would say about some of your creations?
I know my grandma would love this. She loved my sweets because I do all my sweets, all my cakes and everything. I do everything from scratch. That's my love of cooking, doing it from scratch, because I look at cooking as an art form.
Hmm.
And so to build it up from yourself, and that's why I say anybody can do it, just once you get a love for it and a want to do it, it's just a beautiful feeling to create something with your own hand from scratch on your own. Not much help, I look at people's recipes and I put my own twist on everything. Might not be traditional, but I'm gonna tell you, most of the time I think most of my stuff come out pretty good. Like,
Absolutely.
I think I make a dynamite gumbo.
Okay.
Never been to New Orleans, but I think my gumbo will make a couple people slap themselves. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And out of all of the food creations, what is your favorite thing to make overall? Like, what do you like the most that you make?
And that's my hardest question to answer, because I love it all. I want to know how to cook everything. That's I'm gonna probably go with seafood and then cakes, but I wanna know how to cook everything. I wanna cook vegan dishes. I wanna cook vegetarian. I want to cook different cultural foods. I just want to do as many things as I can.
Yeah,
So I
that's
hope
fair.
I hope that's my God given talent.
I'm with you, and I think it is. And this is the last question, just to wrap it up, because what does it mean to carry that family cooking legacy forward in 2026? What does that mean to you?
To me, that means that a whole lot of my children. Well, I only have two children, but my children and all my cousins and family and friends can learn something from me, and the rest of the world. I just want people to learn how to cook and provide a good dish for whatever occasion they are preparing for.
And what's on the table tonight? What you doing
You
tonight?
know, I haven't decided yet. It might be salmon fillets with pineapple mango influences.
Yeah, man. Definitely throw that up on the tube and on the book, man, so we can see what that's looking like, fam.
Will do, will do.
So I want to thank my cousin, Chef Willie J, for joining us today on the Goin Grustlin podcast. We got a lot more original content coming to the Grustle Media channel sooner than later. And it's just powerful to see family traditions turn into dreams and goals that we can actually meet. So make sure you check out my cousin's YouTube channel. We're going to have all the information right here on the bottom. But this is the Goin Grustlin podcast, and it's a soft launch. Right now, we just interviewing close friends and family members, but in 2027, I want to say around June of 2027, we're going to do a bigger launch of the Goin Grustlin podcast. We got reveals, we got commentary, we got a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to be doing. So definitely stay tuned. I appreciate y'all support. This is D.Bail. This is Grustle Media, Goin Grustlin podcast. Any last words, fam?
Yes, I want to say thank you very much to my cousin D.Bail, because he's been my greatest inspiration to get in front of the camera and start making videos. Never said it to him personally, but he was. I said, cuz doing that thing up, so let me go home and try to make a video, show the world a little bit of my cooking. Appreciate it, cuz.
That means the world to me, family. I appreciate you, man. See
All
y'all
right.
next episode.